Alright, Chunks, okay. Today we've got another Super Battle Road to do, fully free to play. And this one I was actually not expecting to do for quite some time. And that was the final Trump Cards Super Battle Road. So I'm going to give credit where credit is due. This team was not made up by me. A fellow viewer, somebody who always comes to my Twitch streams, Alan, sent me this team build. And he did it first, and then he showed me, and I pretty much copied, and I got it pretty soon. So, team build is pretty nice, and we did some little cheese that I think made Golden Frieza really worth it. And, you know, now I appreciate Golden Frieza just that little bit more. I used to, think that he's just average, but now he's, kind of cool. Just for the Super Battle specifically. Anyway, in our final Trump free-to-play team, I just want to go through as we go along with the Turles squad here as our first battle. We have 1000-Day Goku as the leader. This is ran by with the Vegeta and Goku friend leader, the Majin Buu Saga leader. So we're actually going to be running like a Majin Buu Saga Battle Wits kind of team instead of just like a full final Trump. And it's very cool because sometimes, you know, you look back at the bigger picture and you're like, and you're looking at the category Final Trump, and you're like, damn, LREZA Goku is in Final Trump, so you gotta have him. But in this case, we look back and we actually don't use them so that we can run the Vegeta and Goku as the friend leader, which has built-in damage reduction and has the transformation that heals us back up with the counters and stuff like that. So it's actually very, very cool. I think the last time this happened with the Time Travelers category Super Battle Road, where you just, instead of running LRVB, when I did the Time Travelers Super Battle Road, I looked back and we just did the extreme version of Time Travelers, which meant ditching away one of the best LR free-to-play cards in the game. So, it's cool when it happens like that, and it just makes the run just that much cooler. Anyway, moving on to the rest of the units, we have Candy Vegeta, of course. Yes, the dodging, the stuns, very, very clutch. He actually did really, really well in this as well. I think he only took one hit, maybe. I'm pretty sure. One crazy hit. Then we have the Super Saiyan 3 EZA Goku, the one that, you know, transforms. What's the word again? Untransforms, detransforms. Returns back into base form, pretty much. And he changes the orbs and stuff like that. Actually really good because there's a lot of Majin Buu Saga units. He actually activates his passive, I believe, where he gets the medium chance of critting. Unfortunately, I think how the rotations were set up, it didn't activate all too much. It activated there, but I think later on it doesn't activate too much because of how the rotations are set. Then we have... who else do we have in here? I'm just trying to look at the wheel here. The AGL Vegito. Very, very good. Just did a 100% showcase on him. He's got the support. He's got the increase in damage and defense and great chance of dodging. Very, very sick. And then finally, who I was praising at the start a little bit, the new, on Global, new Golden Frieza and Sorbet. Which is, with the 3 categories that he's in, this is a really... I'm glad he's in this one, because if you guys don't know, if you take a hit with him first, so he's really good in the first slot. Unfortunately, with most of these Super Battle Roads, they always attack in the first slot, and sometimes he's not the most defensively good. But if you do happen to get that rare moment where you only get attacked once or twice even, or maybe max 3 times, and you know it's only normal attacks or something like that, and he takes a hit, after he takes the hit, whoever he super attacks, it's a guaranteed stun on the enemy for 2 turns, by the way. It's not just a 1-turn stun, I believe. So it is actually very, very, very strong for him to be in the first slot. And we do that cheese in the 3rd phase, which I'll talk about once we get there, because we are just about to be finished with Turles. And not only that, if you do get underneath the 50% HP, he does have damage reduction. I don't really activate that too much. And I don't even know if that activates after you heal back up. I'm still unsure about that. Alright, so again, sorry about the cropped image. Every time I record on the iPhone and I plug into the Elgato, it just does this. Don't mind that. It's not cutting off too many important things other than the stunning parts. But here we go. We are versing the Boos, which I think is the most annoying of the group. Of course, we don't have any type advantage units. We have no inch units. We only have one AGL unit. And they just hit like heaps. Especially Evil Boo. He attacks so many times compared to Fat Boo. And sometimes I felt like I should have just targeted Fat Boo first. But I went with Fat Boo with the stuns. And then try to take out Evil Boo first. Not only do we have type advantage, it's going to help it. Just beat the stage a bit faster. And then we're going to have to deal with 3 hits in the end of the battle. But yeah, they just have so much HP. It's kind of ridiculous at the point. And they hit so hard. Like, even with a Whis, you will take like 200,000 damage. If it's the wrong person tanking, pretty much. And that is very annoying. But if you have the items, you know, you can just stack the damage reduction with Goku and Vegeta. So I got pretty lucky here. Figuring out rotations, it's definitely much better to have the 2 Vegito cards together to just, you know, have the LR link and stuff like that. It's just more attack power. And yeah, it would, 1,000,000 damage and it did barely anything. It's actually very crazy how much HP Evil Boot has. Yeah. For Goku, of course, we went with type advantage. That does a chunk. That looked like it did a chunk, right? And unfortunately, we take the super here. Watch how much Whis is activated. 200,000. Actually crazy how much damage that they do. This was a pretty lucky rotation, I would say. We went for a Princess Snake because the Whis expired. Got to get that damage reduction. Even if Candy Vegeta dodges everything, even those last 2 hits, if one of them is a super, it's over. So I played really safe. Oh, by the way, at the very end, I did actually save an item, so that was actually really cool. The last fight is pretty easy if you just know what you're doing. If you know the secret strat that I'm about to tell you in a few minutes, as I figure out how to beat Evil Boo and Fat Boo. But, by the way, if you haven't already, this is probably a good time for you guys to leave a like on the video and subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so. I would really appreciate it. Trying to hit that 60,000 subscriber goal. And, you know, people just tend to forget. So, just here to remind you, you might be just watching me through the recommendation of YouTube. And if we can hit, like, 1,000 likes, I would really appreciate that. You know, 1,000 likes is always such a sick goal to have when these Super Battle Royale videos do come out. And that means with the completion of Final Trump, with the 10 new stages that do come out that has come out right now, we have done 6 out of the 10. And I don't think we are going to win any more of the new stages anytime soon. Maybe if there's like a full Vegeta's family increase. I think Vegeta's family increase, like, completion might be doable after the AGL Trunks gets his EZA, Prime Battle EZA. Or at the very latest, the Ince Vegeta's EZA. All depends. We really need a solid leader. There's not really a solid leader right now. The only solid leader is the Vegeta and Trunks with the 77%. So until that is dealt with, might not happen. Also, there's not really any good supports, not really any good tankers in the team. Unlike Goku, Goku's family has like B-Pan, High School Gohan. I mean, they have a bunch of tankers. And still, like, solid damage units like Go-Bros and stuff like that. But anyway, I think this is maybe the turn we take out Evil Boo. This Vegeta and Trunks is a 2 dupe, which is really nice. Actually, really rare to find 100% Vegeta and Super Vegito LR. Like, everybody went for 2 dupes, and they just, I guess, went for the Boo tanks. I'm not too sure, really. But yeah, we take out one of the characters, so that's really good. We can no-item this. Now, I don't know if this was, like, a smart idea from me or what, but I just put Vegito at the start just for the extra attack power that we get. I don't think it was worth it, the risk. at all. But I still did it. I even thought to myself as I was doing the super attack, I was like, this was probably a bad idea, especially if he doesn't dodge, because he has the same dodge rate as Candy Vegito. And this came up, and I was like, oh my god. But then we dodged. I was like, okay. I was also thinking, maybe we'll give Candy Vegito a rest, because he did dodge, like, all of those attacks at the start of this battle. Remember, like, the 10 hits or so? But yeah, we had to do a Dokkan mode here. I think you can get away with not doing a Dokkan mode on this battle if you were preparing for it. I was expecting to do a Dokkan mode way earlier than this, when Evil Boo was still alive. So, surprised that we did the Dokkan mode this late into the battle. Anyway, of course, this Dokkan mode is going to kill, and if it doesn't, I mean, he's starting, so we're good. Boom. Alright, now on to the last battle, with 3 items left. We got Princess Snake, we got Whis, and we got a Ghost Usher, I believe. Now, you ready for the cheese? This is how you deal with the last phase. So easy. The only you gotta have enough items, right, to survive until you beat Zamasu. So only aim at Zamasu. Go for a stun on Goku Black if you feel like doing so. I recommend you do so because he's AGL right now, and we've got 3 STR units in this team, if you're copying this team exactly. So I would try the stun half the time on Goku Black, just until you take out Zamasu, pretty much. So we got the dodge there, very, very good. Had to use the Whis here, and we took 1 hit there. Not too big of a deal. That was type advantage, I believe. So 50,000 was still kind of crazy. Luckily for us, we did go and stun Goku Black. I think that's like the hardest part, just getting that luck on the stun. But you can probably just cheese it with Golden Frieza. And speaking of Golden Frieza, once you finally take out Zamasu, you want to have Golden Frieza on 1 rotation, on the main rotation, and the Candy Vegito on the same rotation. Now, you want Candy Vegito in there because if your main goal is to use the guaranteed stun from Golden Frieza to cheese Goku Black to never attack. And then when he's not stunned, he will attack Golden Frieza, and then you'll have the guaranteed stun, and it will be a whole cycle over and over and over again. So you'll be in this full stun lock. And the reason Candy Vegito needs to be in the rotation is because if he is going to stun, it would ruin the lock, where when it comes around again, Golden Frieza will not take a hit, and then you will come back on the next rotation with your STR units and have to deal with type disadvantage hits, or, you know, not in a good situation kind of thing. And, you know, that could be a whole item wasted just because you did that. So just put your stunners together just so you don't ruin anything. He was a tricky one. We had the potential to stun either Zamasu, never take a hit at the end, or we stun Goku Black and have to deal with the attacks at the end. And then 1 type disadvantage hit. So I went with the Zamasu, and I was like, screw it, we're going to try and stun 2 people, because obviously Golden Frieza is going to get the guaranteed stun here. So that was really awesome. Got a decent amount of orbs for Candy Vegito. Did I use an item here? Oh, we just Android 8, so we just based it on if Goku Black super attacks Spirit Bomb Goku, it's over, pretty much. 1000 Day Goku's dead if he takes the super. This was good. I was like, alright, we'll take this hit here. 131,000. That was a guaranteed not take your super attack with against 1000 Day Goku. So I'm like, okay, we live. And then Candy Vegito comes in clutch, and he saves us by getting the stun. Awesome. Now we are low enough HP to transform into Super Vegito. Here's the question. I was like, do we run it? Because I still kind of wanted the damage reduction, plus the additional super attack was really nice. But what really got me to do this was not only can we foresee the enemy super attack, but because I was in a key struggle where I just couldn't get an 18 key with the Vegeta and Goku. So I was like, you know what, we're gonna transform now. Let's just transform and just get the 18 key super. Screw it. You do want to transform when you get to Goku Black because the critical hits are going to be making the fight a lot more quicker. And you don't have to rely on the hidden potential, and you can rely on the passive a little bit. And if you do fail, like the stunning situation, you can foresee enemy super attack and hopefully counteract that. The only problem is with the stunning technique, you do not get any counters with Vegito, which is not a big deal because the counters from Vegito is really strong, right? But because you take so much damage, it's not worth it. Alright, boom. Now, I just realized just then that Golden Frieza does not stun for 2 turns with his passive skill. But hey, you learned something new. You learned something new. I guess the 2-turn stun that we've been doing is either from Candy Vegito or from the actual super attack mechanic. Because Golden Frieza does have the high chance of stunning. In the end, you know. Not a big deal. Not a big deal. Alright, and now it is pretty much time to cheese the Goku Black by continuously stunning him. Always put Vegito first because he raises up the allies' attacks so much. I was surprised this didn't get us the 18 key here, but would have been nice. Full heal back. We still have 1 Ghost Usher left, so if anything goes wrong, we still have that in the bag. And pretty much we're just waiting for the Vegito here to crit and do some massive damage. First off, didn't happen, so I was like, oh, only 700,000. That did absolutely nothing. I'm going to be here for a long time. Yeah, it was just so good that he kept attacking first. So we just get the guaranteed stun all the time, and then the high chance of stunning through the super attack. Little 18 key with Vegito. Blue. Nice little crit there, of course. Still not that much damage, though. And Candy Vegito even stuns for us, which is cool. And then a crit from VB. And yeah, this should be the last hit right now. This Vegito is so good. So nice. 4 mil attacks that with the Vegito. And this one, I believe, is the crit. There we go. 3 mil critical. That is going to wrap up the video, guys. Hopefully, you guys did enjoy. That was Final Trump Super Battle Road with a full free-to-play team. If you guys did enjoy it, make sure to leave a like, comment, and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. I'll see you guys in tomorrow's video, as always, since we upload here on the daily. Till the next one, stay healthy, stay safe, stay fizzy. Peace out.